This video is for lesson 6-2. This is evaluating expressions. So in this lesson, we're going to use the substitution property. So if A equals B, then A may be replaced for B in any expression. Except in this case, we're going to be using numbers for letters. So our example here says evaluate A times B squared plus C. When A equals 2, B equals 4, and C equals 7. So what we want to do is we want to plug these numbers, so this 2 here, in for this A. And so when we do that, A times B squared plus C becomes 2 times 4 squared plus 7. And then all you have to do in your calculator is type it in exactly like you see it. So as long as you put in the parentheses where they're supposed to be, your calculator will do all the work for you. So this one equals 39. So the most important rule in algebra, put parentheses around the x value. So anytime that you substitute a number for a letter, you want to put parentheses. So you can see I did it with the 2, 4, and the 7. So here's our next one. Evaluate 3x squared minus 4x when x equals -2. So I'm going to take a -2 and I'm going to plug it in every time that I see an x. And again, I'm going to put parentheses around each of those x's when I put that number in there. So I get 3 times -2 squared minus 4 times -2. And so again, you can type it in the calculator exactly like you see it. And here I get a 20. All right. Let me make sure I type that in right. Yep, that's right. So this needs to be a 20. Okay. So on the next page, on the back side of this, you'll see a bunch of examples here. So all we're doing is we are plugging in. So here we're going to plug a 3 in for all the A's and a -4 in for all the B's. So when I do that, this is the new expression I get. If I type it in exactly like that into my calculator, I will get 52. Now this is the exact same expression, but now we're using different numbers. We're using a 4 and a -7. So the format's the same, but you can see here where the numbers have changed. And so just by changing the numbers completely changes the answer that I get. So be very careful with that. All right, number 3, now I have a -y squared, and this is a good example for why those parentheses are important. Ooh. Grab the right thing here. Ugh. All right, the negative does not go inside the parentheses, just the 2. The 2 is the only thing that's replacing the y. And so if you do this backwards, you're going to get 2 different answers. So I'm going to show you what happens both ways here. All right, so here's exactly as I have it written. And I get 20. That is your correct answer. If you would put that negative sign inside those parentheses. You would get a 28. So it would give you the wrong answer. So the calculator can only do what you're telling it to do. All right, so number 4, again, this is the exact same expression. Now this time, my y is a -3. So the -3 goes inside the parentheses, but I still have this negative outside. So just keep track of everything. And here you would get a -54. This time I have a fraction. So when I plug in here, I'm going to put everything where it goes. And then I have that fraction line in there. So remember in your calculator, alpha y1. And then again, you just type it exactly as you wrote it. And then below we've got 3 minus 4. And so here I get a negative 25. Oh, hang on. Let me fix this real quick. So this one should be negative 25. And so again, we have the exact same expression here, but now I'm just using different numbers. And this just shows you how much can change just by changing a number or two. So you would put it in your calculator the exact same way. And so here I get 17. All right, and the last few examples. So now they're getting longer, but the same rules apply. Put parentheses around your x's. So here's what your new expression should look like. Here you've got double parentheses. So you've already got the parentheses. These are from my original problem. And then these sets here are from where I plugged in the x value. So it's very important that you do that as well. Sometimes you do have to double up on your parentheses. All right, so if you type that one in, that one's going to equal 23. Again, I'm using the same expression. I'm just changing the values. Again, I still have those double parentheses. And this time, it's going to equal 24. And then finally, my last one, again, I've got a negative in front of that a. So I need to make sure that I put just my a value in parentheses, which is a negative 2, which leaves me with another negative sign. That's okay. And so this one would equal 5. And then again, same expression. Just plugging new values in. And this time I would get 7. So that is it for this video.